Hi, Sheila here, your friendly neighborhood page, bringing you another quarantine craft for your garden. So, with any luck, by now or very soon, you've got a couple little seedlings that are about ready to go out into your garden. Well, the first thing you want to do, if it's possible, is you want to take your little seedlings in their little starter pots and put them outside a few hours a day or all day if you can in the sunlight to do what we call harden them off, to make them a little stronger before you actually transplant them outside. But even once you do transplant them outside, something you may want to do for a while if they're a small plant is protect them. And one of the ways to protect them is by putting them in a little cloche. It's a little cover, almost like an individual greenhouse. And I'm going to show you today how to make one of those with your empty milk gallon. Doesn't have to be milk, of course. Anything that comes in one of these gallon containers. Sometimes tea comes in them too. I happen to drink milk, so I've got an empty milk gallon. Now, I recommend you put on gloves for this because you're going to be kind of working with some sharp, pointy objects. Alright, so it's actually very simple. All you really need to do here is cut off the bottom of this milk gallon. That's the first and main step. I'm going to literally use a steak knife and scissors. If you have a utility knife, obviously that's easier. But if you don't, because this is a quarantine craft and you may not have everything on hand, so I recommend just finding like that little line that's near the bottom and just cut along that line. It's the easiest way to make them all about the same. The good thing about this craft is if you have any storage space, you're going to be able to reuse these. I have several stored in my shed, and I'm reusing the ones I made last year. It's fantastic. So you just cut along that line so that you cut off the bottom of it. You obviously have this well cleaned out, so you can just recycle that bottom. And then the top is now open and empty. Now, you can save the lids. I usually don't bother. If you do save the lids, it gives you the opportunity to have a little more control over rain and temperature and so forth. But I usually give up on that pretty quick and just don't keep them. So essentially, this is what you're going for. You're going to want to have some way to secure them to the ground if at all possible. My favorite is to take a couple of these garden staples. They come in little kits or boxes at the hardware store. You might already have some lying around. If you don't, you can try and come up with something else. If you have any kind of a stake or something that you can, bend into a hook, or you can use the handle and try and tie it down in some way. You can also secure them a little bit by putting them on the ground and then like building up some mulch around them to kind of box them in. But you want to try to secure them a little bit because if it's windy at all, they're just going to blow right off. So I like to take a couple of these yard staples and carefully, and this is why I'm wearing gloves, I'm just poking one end of it right through. And then on the other side, 2 is usually good enough and makes it easier to put them in the ground. Other side again, you just kind of carefully poke it through there. So now you have it made, and then all you have to do is put it in the ground. So if you follow me around, I'll show you where I have all of mine already set up over here. And as you can see, all I really did was clear away a little bit of my mulch, take it, grab it by the spikes here, and carefully and gently push it down, push the spikes into the ground, and put it on top of your plant. And then I just put a little bit of extra mulch around it because it's been really windy lately. And that secures it in place. And as you can see, I have an entire field of peppers done this way right now, and it's protected them very well from the storms and everything we've had in the past week or so. So, there you have it. Simple little milk gallon cloche to protect your little baby plants. Just remember, You can always check out our digital resources to look for other ideas on upcycling, and including in our home and garden section. There's plenty of ideas in the organic gardening section and the upcycling section to give you more ideas for this kind of thing to do. So have fun, get out there and grow something, but stay safe, and we'll all see you soon. Bye.